Long before all those t-shirts riffing off the line, "Keep calm and carry on," the members of the Lewis and Clark expedition were doing just that, in an epic journey of some 8,000 miles across the American West and back. They even had their own similar phrase, which they used again and again in their journals. Day after day, they persevered through trials that would have broken most of us and proceeded on. A key to their success is a vital resource all of us should strive to develop: composure. Have you ever been around someone who panicked at a stressful moment? Maybe you were that person. Panic is the opposite of composure. It affects not only the person feeling it, but also others around this person. The panicker feels unnecessary anxiety, which may interfere with rational thought, while also losing credibility among other members of the team. Meanwhile, the people around the panicker may be infected, now feeling their own unnecessary anxiety, and they may suffer as a result of bad decisions made by the panicker. The Lewis and Clark expedition gives us a splendid, laughable really, example of a panicker in the person of Toussaint Charbonneau, the husband of Sacagawea. When a squall struck and threatened a boat in which he was riding, Charbonneau, well, let's let Lewis tell the story in this unusually lively portion of his journal. Charbonneau, still crying to his God for mercy, had not yet recollected the rudder, nor could the repeated orders of the bowsman Cruzat bring him to his recollection until he threatened to shoot him instantly if he did not take hold of the rudder and do his duty. In panicking, Charbonneau certainly didn't win any credibility points with Lewis. More importantly, his actions, or failure to act appropriately, endangered the precious contents of his boat. Charbonneau needed more composure. He needed, in short, what his wife had in spades. Sacagawea was a model of composure. In a previous column here, I admired her impressive ability to endure this epic journey while caring for her infant son, Jean-Baptiste. During this same squall, while Charbonneau nearly got himself shot for failing to manage the boat, Sacagawea managed to retrieve crucial items before they could be lost to the river, all while holding her baby in her other arm. Thanks to her fortitude and resolution, as Lewis put it, the Corps did not lose almost every article indispensably necessary to further the views or ensure the success of the enterprise. For composure, Lewis himself earned a B-. He did not panic at every turn, but did lose his cool a few times, as when a member of an indigenous tribe tried to pilfer an item from the Corps' diminishing supply on their return journey. "I detected a fellow in stealing an iron socket of a canoe pole and gave him several severe blows and made the man kick him out of camp," Lewis wrote. "I now informed the Indians that I would shoot the first of them that attempted to steal an article from us, that we were not afraid to fight them, that I had it in my power at that moment to kill them all and set fire to their houses. But it was not my wish to treat them with severity, provided they would let my property alone." Yes, Lewis had grown tetchy, but then by this time he had endured hunger, disappointment, frigid temperatures, fleas, run-ins with men and beasts, and seemingly endless rain. At least he still had his dog. But then he didn't. At one point, 3 members of the Watlalas tribe tried to kidnap Seaman. Lewis became enraged, but the dog was returned before he resorted to violence. It might be interesting to see how Seaman himself coped with this traumatic experience, but alas, he did not keep a journal. Clark did, however, and in the subject of composure, he gets an A+. I have read extensively about the expedition, and I cannot think of a single instance when he panicked. He certainly had plenty of opportunities. Take, for example, the day when Lewis and Clark were traveling separately in what is now Montana. In the days before texting and direct messaging, Lewis had to write a note and leave it on a pole for his co-captain. In what I am willing to bet was an innocent mistake and not a twisted attempt at sabotage, a beaver chewed down the pole, leaving Clark without direction in unfamiliar territory. Clark also endured many of the same hardships that Lewis did, but unlike Lewis, he was a rock. Through weather, conflict, insects, and that blasted beaver, Clark proceeded on. How can you develop composure and proceed on through your own journey of life? In a guest essay on the Mind Inclined Substack, Dr. Laurie Marbas offers some excellent advice. I hope you will read it and then check out her Habit Healer's Mindset Substack for many more essays you can use to improve your life.